my junior year of college. I'm home visiting my family. My two sisters are off. I have a big family, so there's my three siblings, myself, and my parents, obviously. Two of my sisters are off at somewhere doing something, and my youngest sister and I are at home. My parents have been going through some marital problems, to us, we're like, they might get divorced. We're not sure what's going on here. And one night, I'm sleeping, right, and I'm woken up by this loud bang followed by another one. I don't know what's going on, right? I just woke up, so I moved to where the sound's coming from, and I see my father going down the steps. I can't figure out what's going on, but I can hear a noise coming from the bathroom, right? So, walk over to the bathroom, can't open the door, I gotta push it pretty hard. The object that was blocking the door happened to be my mother's body, right? And what the sounds were was my father had just shot my mother. So I get back to college, try to get back into life and just push it off to the side. And I kind of just forced myself to deal with it. I met somebody there, we got married, but both my ex-wife and friends would tell me, I had roommates, right, leading up to when I was an officer and actually to pay for my own house, would tell me that they would have to wake me up sometimes because I'd be screaming in my sleep and all these things going on because I had all these issues I had not dealt with. So fast forward, I'm living my life as an awesome lieutenant, trying to figure out what this whole Air Force thing is all about and pretending I know what I'm doing. And my wife deploys. About 2 weeks into the deployment, I'm Skyping with her and something's really off in the conversation. And eventually she tells me, I want a divorce, there's somebody else over here, right? So imagine your entire world's a bubble, right? Now take a needle and pop that. Poof, that was everything. And all at once, from my parents' incident all the way up to that moment, everything just collapsed. My whole world exploded for me. For me, my priority is I need to figure out something right now. Everything sucks right now, and I need a solution. So I go upstairs and I take my XDS-45 and load it up, sit there and stick the gun in my mouth, and I will never forget the taste of a gun sitting in your mouth, especially with everything we're trained, right? You never point a gun at anything you don't intend to shoot. Well, I had a very good intention. I was going to take my own life and fix all my problems. And he picked up that something was off and called me right at that very moment. And it's a defining moment in my life where I'm looking at a phone ringing from my friend and the gun sitting there in my mouth trying to decide which one do I do. So obviously I answered the phone or else I wouldn't be here. And I explained to him exactly what's happening. So, right, he's being a good Air Force person, he executes the ACE model. He is asked, he knows what's going on, keeps me on the phone, he has a second phone, and asks if I have any neighbors or anybody around, right? I happen to have another officer who lives across the street, messages him on Facebook and says, get over to Luch's house right now, explains what's going on. Those friends come over, get in the house, get me, get the gun, separate us, bring me to their house, and kind of talk me off the ledge until they can get my commander over there and explain everything that's going on. What happened from there, my leadership was awesome, put me in a job where I could still contribute to the mission while at the same time making sure I actually went and got the help that I needed, brought me to mental health, figured out what was going on. It was a really long road to recovery, right? It wasn't 2 weeks of mental health. It was about 8 months of mental health. But here I am today, a better person for him. I'm very thankful that my commanders and wingmen did that for me. Our job as wingmen is not to evaluate the intensity of somebody's situation. It's to get into their perspective, look at it from their shoes, and figure out how are they feeling right now? How can I help them from their perspective, right? Be nice to people, because that lady, right, she was a green dot, was nice to me, and in turn I try to emulate that wherever I go as well. When I see people that look stressed out or something, it's really easy to resort to anger, but instead just try to be nice to them, right? And that's the whole point of what Green Dot and all this resiliency is going around holding back our basic human instinct to be aggressive and instead just be nice to people. You can get a lot more stuff done by just asking, being kind, and caring for people. So that's it. That's my story. I hope that you took something out of that. I really appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, this is a huge thing for me. Mental health and being a good wingman is really important. I hope you all take that and have a great Air Force Day.